Okay, we're going to make sticky rice today. This is going to be a video of an introduction to my non-stick liner that's made specifically for the sticky rice basket, because it is a hassle to cook sticky rice when your basket is stuck with rice. This is going to basically keep you from having that problem. So this is the sticky rice pot that you're going to be using to cook sticky rice. Now, if you do not know how to mix sticky rice, you need to add water inside. And the water should be about maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So you can use like this portion of your finger. I mean, depending on your finger, right? If it's long or short. But it should be a little bit more than that. I mean, if it's too high, you don't want that, because then the bottom of this basket will touch the rice. And so you don't want the rice to be soaking in water. You just want to use the steam. So just make sure that when you lift this up, this part is not wet. Okay, it needs to be dry. All right, so this is the sticky rice basket. I already cleaned it before it was stuck with rice. As you can see, there's still some rice that's stuck here, you know, so I didn't have to soak it. So without the liner, you could definitely damage your rice basket, and then you would need to buy another one. And we don't want to spend money, right? We don't have to. So anyways, this has been soaked for a couple hours, and I have pictures of, you know, how much rice was removed from this basket. So now the basket's nice and clean. Now, if you buy a brand new basket, make sure you soak your rice basket prior to using it, because then, you know, it'll give off this yellow stain, and you don't want that in your on your rice. So make sure you soak it and clean it first before you use it. Okay, so anyhow, so I'm gonna move this to the side, and I'm gonna pour my rice that I soaked in water for at least 2 hours. Okay, now depending on your rice, if you purchase rice that's like this year is 2021. If the rice was purchased in 2001, it says label, you know, sticky rice 2021, then you don't have to soak it too long. It could be 45 minutes to an hour. I still would soak it that long. But if you have old rice, like you bought, you know, a bag of 50-pound rice, and you don't eat a lot of sticky rice, you might have rice that's left over from last year. You might have to soak it longer. Okay, so depending on the year, new rice soak, you know, the amount of hour it takes to soak is less. Old rice, it takes longer. But how you would know is, of course, you make sure you clean your rice at least a couple times. When the water is pretty clear, then you let it soak. How you know is when you take your rice up, and then within using your nails, just, you know, break it. If it breaks easily like that, that means the rice is ready. If it doesn't, then that means you need to soak it longer. Okay, so this is the liner. Okay, this is the product that I made. It's patent pending. Now it comes like this, but I will suggest you turn it out. Okay, turn it inside out. The reason is, if you put your rice, you know, in this side, the rice might get stuck, you know, in between this mesh, and, you know, it's not going to be stuck, but it's just still, you're going to have to kind of dig it out, and we don't want that. So it's better to turn it inside out, so that way, you know, you don't have that problem. Okay, so wash it first. This is already washed, it's rinsed, and you just use plain water to wash. And then I don't go like this, matching it up. I go the other direction, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so I'll leave it in like this. And this can also be used as a strainer. Okay, so this could also be used as a strainer. Now, you can use it like this if you do not plan to use a lid. Okay, if you're not planning to use a lid. I used to use like this if I want to cook a lot of rice, right? So I need all the room, and then I would use this to you know, cook the rice. Now, you know, the problem with this lid is there was a little handle here, but it broke off, and so when I tried to grab like this, it was very hot. So I improvised by doing this. And you could definitely do this, because I'm not cooking a lot of rice. This may be about what, 3 cups of rice, I think. So you'll pour it in like this. Okay, pour all your rice in. Usually I hold up the basket, and I use that water to kind of get the rest of this rice down here. Okay, so anyways, take out all your rice. All right, and then what I do with this 2 sections here is I'm going to use it as a lid. Okay, so I would fold it down like this, and fold this other half down like this. And I just kind of fold like this and tuck it in like that. So that acts as my lid. So I wouldn't need to buy this lid. But if you want to use the lid, that's fine, you know, because if you want to cook a lot of rice, that's piled up to here. But if you're not cooking a lot of rice, then this is sufficient. All right, and then I would put this into here, okay? Then I'm gonna take it over to my stove here. Okay, ready? All right, so I'm gonna turn on the stove, and I just want you to know that when you turn on the stove, don't turn it on so high that the flame comes, you know, out and kind of scorch the basket. Just keep the flame underneath it, but you could turn it on high, but just make sure the flame is underneath the pot. So I'm gonna let this cook for at least 15 minutes, but the water has to boil first. It takes about 10 minutes for the water to boil, plus another 15. So that is about 25 minutes. So now it's about 3:37. I'm gonna check back at 6 o'clock to see, you know, how it's cooking. So it's been about 20 to 25 minutes. So let's go ahead and check on our sticky rice. Now the first thing you want to do is turn off the heat because the steam can, you know, scorch you. You could actually touch the steamer itself. It's not too hot. I mean, I could touch it, but you know, just take precaution. I'm gonna remove it. Nope, I don't have to remove the basket, sorry. I'll just remove this and I'll look at my rice. So it's pretty stuck together, but I want to go ahead and cook it on the other side. So I'm just gonna throw it back in like this and cook it for another maybe 5 to 10 minutes. She'll see, because it's already stuck together on the top. All right, see you back in maybe 6:05. All right, it's 6:05. I just turned off the stove. So you could take this whole thing out if you want. So I'm just gonna put mine on the counter so you can look at it to see if it's cooked. And it is cooked. Okay, so just like usual, you will release the steam from the rice. Now, you can use, okay, I should follow me over here, something like this, just to dump it out. You know, as you can see, nothing sticks to it. Okay, and you could clean this with just water, just kind of, you know, rinse it out. And most importantly, there is nothing in the basket. Okay. Okay, then you're gonna just take out the steam, because you don't want too much moisture when you store this away. So just kind of release some of the steam, and it's cooked nicely. Okay. Now in your packet, you're going to get 3 of this circular mesh, same material that the sticky rice basket liner is made from. And you can put it in your basket like this, so that when you store your rice in here, the rice won't stick to the bottom. I don't know if you have that problem, but I do. So ever since I've been using this, I don't have that issue with the rice sticking to the bottom. So you could cook any kind of rice in here, you know, purple rice, rice that you use to make sushi. Okay, so then I just put my rice in here and I close the container like that. Now this circular mesh can also be used for this other bamboo steamer. You know, you can steam your dumplings and stuff in it. So this is the perfect size for this one right here. Okay, now even though it is, you know, big, you could also use it for the smaller basket. You know, the side would just go up more, so you have more coverage on the side. Okay, so that way it won't stick to the side. But yeah, you just put your rice in there. So I hope you buy the product and give it a try. I know that you'll like it because you won't have to soak your rice anymore, and you can use your rice right away. I do recommend that if you're going to steam vegetables in your basket, you get another basket. Now this is my old basket that I steam vegetables. As you can see, there's some stuff left behind also. I have not cleaned this basket and tried to reuse it with the liner, but I have steamed vegetables in this liner and it does work as well and nothing sticks to it. So anyhow, I hope you give my product a try and happy cooking.